How's it going, guys? So, we're back here today with another video. Uh, I think on the latest episode of Clash of the Jank, I showed you a version of this list which was not fully up to date. I am very sorry about this. I lied to you. I deceived you. But I wanted to make a little quick deck update on it given that fact. So here we have the latest version of my Flamvell Turbo deck. So, those you don't know, basic idea is you got this hyper fast engine with a ton of draw spells, ton of just gas. You play Diamond Dude because you have a hero package with a bajillion normal spells. Play the full Flamvell arsenal. You want every copy of the Flamvell stuff in here, obviously. Basic idea, Rekindling's a normal spell, so pretty good with Diamond Dude and stuff. Magical Stone Excavation, you can just like turbo through your deck, and even if you mill this, you can just get it back and make a big push, try to go for game. So the main change I've made is that I've cut some of the defensive cards and just played this Dandelion thing. I think this was a really good change for the deck. It just gives you access to like level 6, level 7, level 5 synchro plays for free with Magician, and then you can just follow that up with your big Rekindling play. And I think that's been really nice. It's a great card to draw. If you have like Magical Stone or something, just pitch this plus a Flamvell. Get back a Rekindling or a Heavy Storm or something. Make a synchro play. It's a great card to like mind game people with Raikou, which happens a couple times in today's matches. So I've really liked having it. I think the impact of Dandelion has been very positive in here, and I think today's match is probably going to show that off. So I think let's just jump in, let's look and see how we did. So first match, we were up against a Dark World player, which you do not run into too terribly often. So game number 1, we're going second. Opponent sets 4 with no protection, but I just figured I'm playing conservatively here. I have no clue what they're on. So I am going to get blown out by this Morphing Jar. Very unfortunate. And I basically lose the game here. I mean, they're just plus a bajillion on me. Right. Morphing Jar is a very scary card if you don't know that they have it and don't know that it might be coming. So the Dark World dealings was very helpful for me in a lot of these scenarios in this matchup. Of course, because I play a deck that has like bricks you want to get to graveyard. But yeah, unfortunately we're just too down bad here from that jar. We're going to try to set a Raikou, but he's just going to kill it with Dark World Lightning. And attack for a lot. Again, the dealing is very helpful, but not enough. Playing against this guy almost made me want to like build Dark World in Edison, so maybe look out for that video. I doubt I will play dealings. Just giving your opponent a free like mini Graceful Charity is really bad. So here I get super greedy. I'm like, all right, we just gotta like try and dig for a Rekindling or something here, and we do not find it. So tough luck for us. We're gonna have to go to the next game. I could have gone for a Plague play, but I think I was just YOLO at that point. The jar was just game over from the very beginning. Now we know about Morphing Jar now, so we're not gonna auto lose to it again, but still rough. They also opened the jar again, which is wild. I mean, this deck is infinitely scarier with Morphing Jar than without Morphing Jar, so kind of spooky. We go for the dog attack. I think he has a Book of Moon. We're totally fine with this trade. We get a free back row out of him, and dog still goes to the graveyard, so that's fun. And we get to drop a big Gorz, so pretty good. At this point, I'm just like, I'm going to play like this is Morphing Jar. I was planning on going Black Rose in main 2, but he searches DD Crow, which I didn't think would be in here. I think most forms of like graveyard removal are pretty bad versus this Flamvell Diamond Dude deck. Like Crow is too narrow to stop a Rekindling play generally, and Kaiku and Soul Release are just too slow too. So because it's like if they pop off, they're gonna pop off, you know. So I would just not even bring in any of it, honestly. I would just bring in cards like Floodgates or stuff to try to kill them quickly. And anyway, he decides to randomly Crow the Plague here. I don't know. I guess it's because it's Jar. So he's just like, figures he should use it now. But generally you want to wait until they use the Plague. I mean, he could have even just left the jar set. He didn't need to go for it here exactly. Because now I get to draw in the rekindling, and I have a storm rekindling. I mean, that's scary. That's super scary, actually, for him. So, as you can, I'm going to clap him back really hard here, for sure, with this hand. Just go for the storm, no reason not to. We rekindling for a bunch of guys, summon some synchros. I'm like, I think I can clear his whole field here. Yeah, I definitely can. We get a Thought Ruler life point increase as well, which is not too shabby. And the Gore's token is 23, so it's going to tie with the Silva. So a very nice little turn for me. Opponent digs with the Lore. He's able to Gale over my Stardust. Was there some way I could have hit game here? I don't think there was. Oh, if I had just rekindled and made another Colossal, I guess. I don't know. I was a little too stingy with my resources here. Honestly, because conserving the second rekindling isn't going to accomplish anything, because it's just going to get card destruction away here. So maybe you should have just gone for the kill there, considering we had game through anything except Tragodia. He card destructions, but we find the Crow for the Dark World monster, so... Crow, on the other hand, very good against Dark Worlds. Interestingly, he just takes this. I think he should have Treacherous both my guys. Instead, he saves it and then Treacherous my Raikou. It's like weird, because I almost end up losing here, but I find the Magical Stone Excavation finally in my deck, and just go for Brain Control to steal the Gores. So, I mean, on one hand, he probably should have killed both my guys with the Treacherous, but it was probably just a matter of time until I drew Magical Stone Excavation and auto-win off that, so it is what it is. Here, I saw Treacherous last game, so I really did not see this coming, but he brought in Skill Drain. And this is a little weird. I'm like, Skill Drain's not very good against my deck, right? I mean, you just summon a bunch of level 8 Synchros, like Colossal and Stardust, that don't even care, and are just big bodies anyway. So it's mainly for, like, Raikou, I guess. And furthermore, it also neutralizes, like, the big threat of Morphing Jar, which is the scariest thing by far in this entire deck. So, I feel like I can just confidently attack this set monster now. And it is just Sangan. He goes for Plague, so I'm like, he's probably going to set up some kind of Plague play. We go for a Charge Mill. We get a pretty good mill. I decided to just Trunate here because I think I can Game Shot. Unfortunately for me, he does have Tragodia. I'm going to be able to clear it with Brain Control, however. But it is still not ideal, because I'd have preferred to just kill him here, obviously. I mill a Mally with Jane. Almost would have rather drawn that Mally with the D-draw in my hand, but whatever. So he uses Book plus Dark World Lightning to out the Stardust, but he doesn't have a monster to do anything with, so... kind of just down bad at this point. I'm hitting him with my guys. He has nothing. He still has nothing, so I just attack, and none of the back row interact here. So we're going to win that one. Still, that game number 1 was wild with the jar just blowing me out. It was crazy, so... yeah, definitely some scary Dark World stuff. I'm not sure what the Hades was about. Was there, like, some more Fiend support? Or I guess Hades himself is kind of Fiend support, but... at the same time, you're probably just better off Tribute Summoning Caius in 90% of situations, but... I might make some kind of Dark World deck. This guy inspired me, what can I say? So, look out for that. Alright. Next match. We're up against... what was this guy on? I don't even remember. Oh, it was some kind of Hero Beat thing. I've seen a lot of these weird Hero Beat decks out there. I'm pretty sure the one that uses Diva Mally is probably the best one. But that might just be because it's, like, close to Diva Hero, and Diva Hero is just a better deck. So, wouldn't read too much into that. He just sets Storm here. I'm playing around Mirror Force and Honest. He decides to just beat over with Honest, which I'm totally fine with. Sets the Fossil Dyna. I think I may have sequenced things a little wrong here with this play. So I go for the Dandy. The Dandy pitch is fine here. We get the recharge. We find a second rekindling. Yeah, I think using this Mind Control first was very wrong, because I kind of clogged my board, and it didn't play around Book of Moon very well. So I think I should have just done my Plague play first. Yeah, because he didn't even have to spark like this, honestly. We are ultimately going to go for the second Rekindling into the Plague play, but like I said, I did it a bit out of order. This is actually game here, though, so guess I didn't get punished, but probably not the optimal way of playing out of that situation. Game number 2, my hand's not bad. I have a D-draw Mally, that feels pretty good. We draw into Charge, mill Dandelion and a Flamvell, we're feeling pretty nice. Here, I decided to set the Dandy, mess with him. I figure he might like just Gem Spark it, which actually does end up happening, so pretty good for me here. I'm going to draw a Heavy Storm. I don't use it yet, but as you can see, the opponent's sets are just Storm Road, so I'm going to get punished super hard for this. And what's worse is he set Storm Road, and then he also has Gores, so I just like never imagined that he would have Gores here, and I play right into it. So a bit of a rough one. We are going to lose to this Gores pretty much. He also draws Brain Control. I mean, couldn't he have just killed me here, actually? Does Brain Caius not do it? Maybe it doesn't. We have Gores either way, but yeah, it's not great. Take the Kaiku hit. Again, Kaiku's not that great. I mean, like if we'd had the gas to go off harder, then we would have just done it, and we don't have it currently, so it's just not happening, period. I would just refrain from siding stuff like this against the Flamvell deck. Here I go for Magical Stone. I mean, we don't have any other play. We're just down bad. Gotta try to draw into something, but we don't, so going to game number 3. Game number 3, we open up pretty alright hand. We have, you know, some draw cards that we can resolve. We draw into Mally. That's pretty nice. We go set Dandelion. Unfortunately, my opponent doesn't have the Gem Spark play again. That would have been pretty nice, but they just set a back row. I decided to just Storm right here. Maybe you could argue I played this a little too passively, because I committed the Storm and then I just like summoned a Stardust, but he's playing a deck that has a great like amount of difficulty of just playing into a board with a Stardust on it. So I feel pretty safe in doing this, even though maybe I should have just committed further and gone for the second Rekindling, second level 8 Synchro. I don't know. It was probably fine to play it conservatively, because it's just like, how does this deck out Stardust? Like, with no setup whatsoever. How is it going to happen? I mean, they just don't have a plan for it. So he sets a couple guys. Here I'm just like, oh, let's just go for it. Brionac, bounce the stuff, activate the Rekindling. Alright, we've got like 9,000 some damage, so game over. So yeah, I think this was a pretty good showcase of the deck. I think Dandelion was helpful in a lot of situations. I'm really glad I brought this card in. It's definitely interesting. I think faster sort of Flamvell decks could probably benefit from playing this card a lot. I think it was really useful in a lot of situations. So yeah, definitely an interesting little update to the deck. Not sure entirely how strong it is, but it's got plenty of sack potential, and that's all you need sometimes. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, click the alert bell. You know the drill by now. And I'll see you tomorrow with another awesome video. Peace out.